I mean, I know I'm black.
Hey, do we have?
I want to address what I have to say.
Do we have a house here?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
Joe Biden's 5 million illegal aliens are on the verge of replacing you.
My amendment has nothing to do with whether or not colored people or black people or anybody can serve, okay? It has nothing to do with color of your skin, any of that stuff. What we want to preserve and maintain is the fact that our military does not become a social experiment.
I'd like to be recognized to have the words colored people stricken from the record. I find it offensive and very inappropriate.
Can I amend my comments to people of color?
Mr. Speaker, to have the word stricken. I didn't ask for an amendment.
Is there unanimous consent to have the word stricken?
Without objection, so ordered.
Without objection, so ordered.
Looking to push this kind of legislation, which again is very discriminatory and outcasts certain people. So let's take it for that part. Maybe if you ever hung around folks, maybe a little more diversity around you, you would know, maybe not have that issue of misspeaking and calling them colored folks instead of people of color or anything like that. So it goes back to the same thing from earlier. Maybe if you surround yourself with people or you are exposed to other people who are different than you, you'll pick up on some of the things that people say, where they come from and why you don't do or say certain things. And that leads you to be this weird thing, which is a better person, an American that actually gets along with some other folks and actually has a surrounding of Americans, this melting pot of different cultures that we continue to try and separate and make and act like it doesn't really exist.
You're talking about embracing everybody, and everybody here said yes, we all agree to that, and that was great. I don't think you really understand what you were saying, what you're agreeing to. For example, Ms. Beltran says she is a Muslim. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Okay, but now let's say we have someone here as a Muslim. All right, and we embrace the Muslim. If you know anything about the Muslim religion, if you're not Muslim, their religion says they need to kill you.
I don't know what else to say about this. This person it should not be in any position of power. I know it's a city council position, but that's still too powerful for someone who has these hateful views.
It's not much, but it's enough to be a constant reminder that our country is filled with racist people, and that the fact that those two things just happened does not in any way guarantee that the people who voted for him don't love him more now than they did when they voted.
Replacing your jobs and replacing your kids in school, and coming from all over the world, they're also replacing your culture. And that's not great for America.
There was some truth to what she was saying. I don't think it would be bad for America. If immigrants were replacing the culture that we just saw on tape right now, that would be freaking awesome for America. Take the garbage out, that would be great. That's my take. Hope that doesn't offend all the sensitive little snowflakes out there who can't stand the fact that this is a country that was built by immigrants, a country that is enriched by immigrants, a country that relies on immigrants to provide food through the agriculture industry, to do the farming that white Americans refuse to do because it's incredibly difficult work. I'm sorry, I would rather have, productive members of society in America as opposed to lazy, racist, disgusting, pathetic people like Marjorie Greene spouting her mouth left and right as if that's a job worth protecting.